Hey everybody, it's Mr. Cinema Junkie here with day 25 of the Movie a Day Challenge. And today we're asked our favorite Christmas slash holiday horror movie. I'm going to go ahead and assume that they mean Christmas or general holiday, not both. If it was both, then I think the holiday one would be pretty obvious. I think a lot of people would pick the same one. But as far as Christmas is concerned, you have those narrowed down to like a top three or four. And I got to go with the one that I've always liked. It's a tradition in my house to kind of watch it every Christmas. Right up there with watching 24 Hours of a Christmas Story. Uh, the movie that I love for Christmas, favorite Christmas horror movie, is Black Christmas. The original, please. The remake just took everything that was right about that movie and threw it right out the window. The original Black Christmas had a certain air of creepiness and eeriness to it. Even the opening scene where they're singing, they're caroling. You hear that song, "Silent Night," I believe. It is so eerie. It's like the record they were playing was warped or something. It just sounded very creepy. If that song was playing in a dark house and I had to walk from one end to the other, I think I'd have a breakdown midway. It was just that creepy. It predated such movies as A Stranger Calls, When a Stranger Calls, the whole formula of the callers calling from inside the house deal. I didn't give anything away by saying that because you know right from the get that the person is calling from inside the house. That wasn't the big selling point of this movie. The big selling point of this movie is trying to find out who the killer is. Just when you think you know who it isn't. And that's a great movie to me. Keeps you guessing all the way to the end. And it's pretty amazing stuff. Has some early. It turns in some early acting jobs from Margot Kidder, who was Lois Lane in Superman, and the girl from SCTV. I always forget her name, but she actually was in the remake as the house mother. But she played one of the students in the original. Um, it's very dated. I mean, you can tell it's from the 70s, and that's all well and good, but there's just something about it, that grittiness to it. Uh, that term grindhouse gets thrown around a little too much. I don't like throwing it around that much because it kind of loses something when you do that. But it does have that kind of feel to it. It's kind of like the rough edits, the cheap jokes. Um, it's not, the gore level isn't too high. The blood level and stuff is not too high, but it has a little trickle here and there. That's not the point of the movie. Is not to see how much gross out points it can rack up, but how many times it can make you jump and freak out and get your skin crawling. And it does that quite well in certain parts. There was one very subtle scene where this girl goes in to check on her friend, played by Margot Kidder, after she's already been killed. And she goes and walks in. She goes, "Are you okay? Hey, are you all right?" And she's walking in. You see her from behind, and she's walking into the door. And then you hear the guy's voice, and she turns around and looks up behind the door, and the door shuts right away. And so you know he was standing there. It's kind of eerie, kind of offsetting. Um, there's some imagery in here that's just really cool. The way they put it in there, very cold, very, I don't know. It's just a lot of fun, but it has this air of wickedness to it. It's just very weird and creepy. So yeah, for my favorite Christmas horror movie of all time, it has to go to Black Christmas. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. You're really missing out if you haven't seen it. Well, that's it for day 25. 5 more days to go, and we're done with this puppy. Let's see what happens at the end, shall we? You guys take it easy. I'll be talking to you soon.